And then, all righty. All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. We're back again. We welcome everybody to this call every Sunday. Me and Coach Willie did start doing this call about a month ago now. And we started it because we wanted to educate everybody going into the week, and just on different topics that we see. A couple of things that maybe we see from the team, we see from other teams, also tonight. Well, tonight especially, but every so often we're going to bring in special guests to come and help us share some of the ideas, and we welcome you to do the same thing and invite your friends, invite your new people. So if you're brand new, congratulations. If you just got started over the last week, couple of months, hey, welcome to our family. Partner Co is better together with you anyway. So but my name is Anthony Moreland, for everybody who don't know, and Coach Willie's with me. And before we do kick it off, I do want to this is for everybody who is in the company, like our company. So if you jumped on, you did the $29.95, you're enrolled, our company, you probably got started with the drops. Most likely, you probably got started with the drops. But our company allows us to get loyalty shopping. And they put different products on loyalty shopping every single month. And I mean, some of these you can get down to almost 50, 60% off of the normal price. And so the two products, and a couple of things before we go into a couple of things we got our special guest on here for, but we want to, I'm going to share my screen here just so y'all can see it. The two loyalty products that they have on loyalty. And let me share. And the first one is Omega Q. It's another 20% off of what it is. So all you got to do is put that SKU in there. You can get the Omega Q, so, and it's an amazing product. It's something that I take every single day along with the other supplements that we have. And then the next products it's a great holiday gift. I would definitely tell you that this is a great holiday gift. It's the Lucem. These are great products for you to share with your friends and family throughout the holidays. And then I have to remind you about this because I believe everybody on this call can qualify for this trip alone. I don't know if you like to travel, but I love to travel. And the Bahamas is definitely on my dream board. And this is a way for you to go for free. You can literally make it for free to the Bahamas. All you have to do is get the lifestyle credits. And let me tell you how you gain. There's so many different ways how you gain lifestyle credits. But one way, you title advance. When you title advance, you're going to get lifestyle. You're going to get these lifestyle dollars every time. It's business reward dollars every single time. And then also every time that you help a brand new person have any kind of success, it also does that. Every time that you have somebody sign up for a subscription and it reruns, that's part of it. It's so many different ways I could dive into that, but I just wanted to drop that on y'all just so y'all could just put that in your mind. And we'll definitely do more training on it as soon as I figure out well, it's pretty self-explanatory. 360,000 lifestyle dollars, and a lot of y'all, pretty much everything you do right now, by the end of the year, they're going to give you a dump. This is what we love to call it. It's like a free money dump, and for the last 6 months, whatever kind of growth you had. So as you title it, so if you're brand new, you have actually a better chance of achieving that than somebody like myself who's been around a while. So definitely encourage everybody to shoot for the Bahamas, because I would love to sit by the water with y'all, and there's no trip like a Partner Co trip, I promise you. And then also, now, before we get over to our special guest, me and Coach Willie we had talked about this early in the week, and I believe now, Brittany, I believe we all could use this. And what it is it's called an introduction. And it's an introduction of the person that you're doing that you've asked to do a three-way call, a three-way Zoom, a in-home party, a wellness social. If you have a special guest coming, meaning is you and somebody else that you have asked to jump on that call, so I want you to take notes here, because this is something that I've been able to learn as I've gotten better in 12 years of doing this. Actually, yesterday made 12 years for me in this industry. And I've been retired for 11 years. So never had to work for anybody for the last 11 years. But it's an amazing, amazing thing. But one of the things that I've gotten good at over the years, and even better, every time I'm always, and that is introducing somebody. You want to edify the person you're introducing. You want to edify them to make them, put it like this. If I was doing a Zoom for Melissa and I had Brittaney as my guest, Melissa does not know Brittaney at all. At all. So whatever I edify Brittaney as, that is how she's going to be portrayed in Melissa's eyes. She could be the expert and she could have just got started last week. See, a lot of us will not edify that person. We forget. So, I mean, every single time that I introduce somebody, you got to introduce that person with find something good, great to say about them. This was always going through my mind. Find something great. Find something where there's a transformation, where there's them. Like if I was introducing Jordan, I would say, hey, this young lady just got started about a month ago. She's already generated probably 4 to 5 times more than what a normal person would do in their first month or so. Like some people don't make what she made in the whole year in this industry, and she's been able to do it because she was teachable and coachable. But she's an amazing wife, and I would have just went on and on and on, because that is how you edify the person. You always want to edify your guest. And I don't care if it's a Zoom, a 3-way call, an in-home party, anything of that nature. But edification, I believe, is something that I want to see everybody get better at, because I promise you, your calls will go better. Your Zooms will go better. Your parties will go better. If you got Ty Rowland coming, if you got, edify them. Find something, go write something about that. So, but Coach Willie, was there anything you wanted to add there?
No, I think you hit it right on the head. And
okay.
Making sure that, when you start the call off, just like Anthony said, I'm just kind of double down. And, you want to first, start to introduce who the person is that you're bringing on the call, introducing them to the person that's doing the 3-way or the Zoom for you. And some of you guys may already know this, but we're really kind of walking back through this for our for legacy builders, particularly the new ones that may not have been in that situation or understand how to really jump on a 3-way call, edify the person that you're bringing on, edify the person that's doing it for you, and then you hit the mute button and let them do work their magic. And that is a key. And oftentimes, especially if you got somebody like Anthony, you got somebody like Todd Rowland, especially Ashley Rowland, when she's working that magic with the ladies, you better have your pen and paper next to you, because she says some things and she lays out some things that if you don't write it down, you're probably going to miss it. And it is great little one-liners or great little two-liners that allow you to quickly hit home on a product or something that someone else said that you can capture on without over-talking. Because I heard Jim Rohn say today, you lose a deal and gain a deal on how much you say. You say just enough, but if you over-talk it, you just talk yourself out of the money versus talking yourself into the money. But you talk yourself into it at the beginning and then talk yourself right out of it. And so when you get those rock stars, if you can get Ashley Rowland on a 3-way, and that's hard to do these days because she is a busy lady. She is a busy lady, but you can get Ashley on Todd, you get Anthony on one, and you'll hear these little one-liners that you better make sure you got a pen and paper in there that's going to be a great introduction to someone that you're talking to that's in your circle, that all of a sudden they said something that it comes up. And then you're either going to hit that one-liner or two-liner, or you're going to be saying, and then you're going to walk away and think about what you should have said. So that's that. I mean, you hit it right home, making sure that when you're doing that 3-way call, you get it set up that Zoom, making sure that you introduce the person that's on the Zoom, person that's coming into it, and kind of greet people. So, yeah.
Yeah, everybody. And just remember, edification is very, very key. So watch how I do this one. So tonight, me and Coach Willie, we seen the Wednesday Wisdom, and we said, oh, we have to have Brittaney and Jordan. That dynamic duo has to come on here and come share some of those tips again, because it was just so powerful. But both of these women are absolutely amazing. I've been watching both of them grow. I remember the first time I met Brittaney. And I remember the first time I met Jordan and her husband. I met Brittaney and her. I met both of them. And I could see the growth They are very teachable and coachable. Very teachable and coachable. If you want to have success, you need to write down, I need to be teachable and coachable. Whatever my leaders say, do, or like guide me through, or what they teaching me on the IPA calls or on these training calls, I need to go figure out how to implement. Not try to do it my way, because let me tell you this. If your way was the way to go, then you probably don't need to listen to us. I'll never forget. I had a mentor tell me when I first got started. Wow, 12 years ago. But I got started, and I got on that phone, and I was trying to tell everybody. I say, wow, man, you got to jump in this. You can make all the money. You're gonna be healthy. You can drive this BMW. You can do all this stuff, man. And they was like, I'm not interested. I have never forget. My grandma, she gone home to the good Lord, but I remember calling her. I said, Grandma, this product is gonna help you out. You're not gonna be sick anymore. You really need to try it. She's like, nope. Maybe I don't, I'm not interested. But I had a mentor tell me, he said, Anthony, when you learn to let other people help you, see, this business ain't like the corporate world. It's not everybody go get them. In this business, is everybody, we better together. I love that slogan, because we really are better together. When you allow yourself to not have to, even though I know a lot of stuff, I don't do three-way calls by myself. I don't do Zooms by myself. I don't care if I call my downline, cross line. I don't care. I called Brittaney the other day and asked her, I texted, I said, Brittaney, can you jump on with me? Because Todd was busy and Brent was busy. So I just asked her to jump on, even though I knew I could have done the presentation, but I prefer not to always have to do it. But you want to learn to be coachable. And these two ladies are coachable. Now, the great thing about being coachable is, the next step is learning how to teach it. And these women know how to teach it. These ladies have learned how to teach it, and they have duplication. It is showing. But before I have them start teaching us some things, you got to hear their stories, because they're powerful stories. So I'm going to start with Jordan, and then I'm going to come with Brittaney. But Jordan, if you don't mind unmuting and just sharing with everybody your 2-minute story on how you got started with this. Was it a box of drops, and then it led to something? Because I remember meeting you. You were shy. You was like, I don't know. And so, Brittaney, do you mind sharing your story?
Hey y'all. So when I first got started on the drops, I had been watching Brittaney for a little while on Facebook, and I actually knew Brittaney because she made my middle child's backpack. She monogrammed it for me. And I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I'm interested in the drops. But right then I already knew I wanted to be part of the business. I just figured, well, let me go ahead and buy these drops so she doesn't think I'm just trying to sneak in. I started the drops probably, it was only like not even a week later, I started feeling better. I had struggled with severe depression and mental health, and there was days that I just did not want to live. I mean, I didn't want to deal with the world. I would just want to ball up in bed and cover up and hide away. But the drops have completely changed that for me. They healed my brain from the inside out, is what I like to tell everybody. I'm happy. I have emotions. I can be a mother. I can be a wife again. And I just enjoy life now. Not only did I drop 2 pant sizes, I come off all my medication, including blood pressure medication, anxiety medication, and now my thyroid medication I'm completely off of.
Wow.
And Anthony, she told me that day in the TJ Maxx parking lot, she said, I don't have any money to give you. Tell him that, Jordan. Because how did you start with the company?
So, I was at the end of my rope. I'm a full-time nurse. My husband works full-time also. We were not able to make ends meet. We're down here in Tennessee. I don't know if any of y'all are in Tennessee besides us, but we were struggling. We were not even surviving. We were not living paycheck to paycheck. And I was just at the end of my rope. I didn't know what to do anymore. I was 2 months behind on my car payment, and I just knew that they were going to pull in the driveway and pick it up anytime. I got a shut off notice on my electric in the mailbox, and then I just broke. I went to church that Sunday, and the pastor was preaching on big God, big prayers. Well, I said a big prayer. I said, Lord, rain down on me financially in some way. And literally that next Sunday, I was in the TJ Maxx parking lot meeting Brittaney for my box of drops. That I didn't know would change my world completely, but they have, health wise and financially. I mean, I can't even believe where I'm at. I'm so thankful.
Wow. Wow.
Wow,
Hey,
hey, I can get with that because let me tell you something. We ain't all on here. We ain't all on here. We all here on here going through something. We're all on here in our when we turn these Zoom off, we're dealing with something. Every single person on here. And what I'm almost speechless now, and I don't usually get too speechless, but that was just powerful in itself. I mean, I almost got some tissue over here. I'm about to have to get my daughter to grab some tissue, but the crying is not for sorrow. The tissue is about the happiness for her taking the chance and taking action, because wherever we at in our life, we don't have to stay there. We don't have to stay there. We can keep moving. We can take action. That one step could change everything. If you saw my Facebook post today, that's what it was about. Man.
wow.
Sorry,
Wow.
Anthony.
Oh,
I interrupted.
it's okay. So now we got to pass it to Brittany. Now, you guys, Brittany was, I'm going to be honest, Brittany don't mind me saying this. Brittany was not coachable when I first met her. I'll never forget. I was on the road with Todd and we went up there to Jerry and Allison. And if you haven't met Jerry and Allison, or you haven't been to their parties, or you haven't been to the barn, you need to go because it's absolutely amazing. If you're ever in Mississippi, go the first Monday as well. It'll change your life. But being around them, they're positive all the time. And then Brittany was just like, she was like, this, don't talk to me. I'm not doing that. But I watched how she's grown. But Brittany, I'm gonna allow you to share that, just what share your story. And then also just share what snapped, what it was, what made you start wanting to do this, because now you're having success like that's unbelievable.
Yeah, okay, sure. Y'all may have to keep me on topic. Y'all know I'm ADD severe. So, but just my story, most of you may know it. I'll give you a quick rundown. But when I was 22, I was diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovarian. I had gained 80 pounds that year. I was on the cheer squad. I ate right. I worked out. I did everything right. I still gained weight. And I started like starving myself, over exercising. I was still gaining weight. Tried everything from Phenermine, the diet, what the diet doctors would give me, to, Visalis, Jenny Craig, all of it. You name it, I've tried it. And fast forward to, 15 years later, and Allison, I saw her on here earlier. She likes to call me her kickboxer. We went to kickboxing 4 days a week, 3 to 4 days a week. I was on my treadmill at 8 in the morning, my Peloton at night. I was doing what I had to do, but I was just maintaining. I was still nearly 400 pounds, and it was just to maintain that weight. And I remember last year, I got another life-changing diagnosis. I had pseudotumor cerebri. I was having bad headaches. They took me in to the doctor, and my brain thinks that it has a tumor, basically. So it's cushioning itself with spinal fluid. So my brain's holding spinal fluid, and it's also holding it down my back, causing cysts and pain that radiates from the cyst, the nerve pain. And because of the spinal fluid pressing, I was losing my eyesight. I had already started seeing dark spots in the corner in my peripheral vision. So I was facing losing my sight as well. And the only way to fix it was brain surgery, which would limit what I could do the rest of my life. No more riding my horse, no more dancing, any of the stuff I enjoy, or I could lose weight. And I remember Jeremy sitting in the doctor's office, and he said, help her. And the doctor said, well, she can have 3 plates of food a day, and that's it. Jeremy said, you're not listening to me. Help her. She doesn't eat. And they said, well, we can do weight loss surgery. And we had heard that at the fertility clinics. That's why we don't have kids, is all of between the PCOS, the pseudotumor, we weren't able to conceive. And everybody wanted me to have weight loss surgery. Jerry and Allison had been watching me for about a year, giving me products. They sat on my kitchen counter. Why would they work for me? Nothing else had. But one day I missed work. I worked 3 days a month, and Allison realized how bad off I'd gotten. And she invited Jeremy to come to Huntsville and meet Kim Gray. That was her plan, I believe. She knew if she could get me in front of Kim that I might listen, because it was, somebody that looked like me, somebody that had been through some stuff like I had been through. And so she got me in front of Kim, and Kim locked up with me, and she said, "You're going to do this." We talked, and I left Sonia's house where Kim was that night, cried. Jeremy ordered the product, and within 3 days of starting, I'd started my cycle. It was a big deal because I hadn't had one in 15 years without a doctor inducing it. So I knew I had my hands on gold. Then about 2 weeks in, I'd lost what I called my globe belly, that PCOS belly, and I had also started having less headaches. So I started wanting to get up and move around more. Now 77 pounds down, nearly 30 inches. Yeah. I'm off of, all my migraine medication, my metformin, my muscle relaxers for my pain in my shoulders. I'm off of everything except for the brain, the spinal fluid, and it's been cut in half. I think they'll take me off that very soon. So I literally went from living in the dark, barely surviving, and possibly losing my eyesight to I'm almost down to 300 pounds now, and I'm no danger of losing my eyesight. So, I believe in these products, but even more than that, you guys have become family to me. So I had started really just Destin was when I went. They decided go to Destin. I had been on the products. So about 2.5 months when Allison and Jerry said, come to Destin. And I went, and y'all, I'm not going to lie. I was like, I'm not going to learn anything here. I don't want to be here. Mom wanted to go to the beach. And we got down to Destin, and I just fell in love with the people. That's what got me started, was the people. And I didn't really know what I could do with this. I just knew the products worked. I made my first post. It was right after Destin. It was very successful. I started selling some stuff, and then I just started growing. But I quit. I mean, let's be honest. There's days that we self-sabotage. We get in our own head. We're negative. And I'm never going to hide that fact. I was plateaued at 54 pounds, and I had let myself get in my head about nobody answering my phone calls. I would call Todd or Ashley. I would call Allison and Jerry, which had everybody has their own things going on. And if I'd have called a second time, I probably would have gotten them. But I almost felt like I'd plateaued with business. I had plateaued with weight loss, and I was frustrated and fed up, and I quit. And so Jackson Super Saturday, wish I could remember when that was. Let's see, it was about 2.5 months ago. Kristen Dole said, I want you to speak. Can you be there Friday night to talk about it? And to discuss what we're going to talk about. And I sat up there like this. Again, this is 2.5 months ago. My business was dead. Nobody was doing anything. And I was sitting there like this. I remember Jerry saying, you sure are negative today. And Todd said, well, Brittaney, if you were on the IPA calls, you know all this stuff that you're asking questions about. And I left there, and it clicked. Like, nobody's ignoring me. I literally have been in my own head. It's my business. I made the decision to flip that switch and say, I'm going to go take care of my business and build my business. And I started very shortly after. I haven't missed an IPA call since, except if I was on the phone with a brand partner. And I guess about 6 weeks after that, might have been 4, I found Jordan. Jordan found me, however you want to look at it. And it changed my business. It kicked me back into gear, and it made me realize it takes one single person to change it all. Because now she's come into my life, which I've got a lot more that have come in since then. But when she came into my life, it flipped. I went from making next to nothing to making quite a bit over retail. I mean, from Partner Co. And she has started working with her team, and we watched it duplicate and duplicate. There's a few on here that it's just duplicated and duplicated. I'll know Alyssa because I can see her name, but I've not trained Jordan or I have trained any of her team. She picked up boards so quickly that she just, she's training her team now. How many do you have, Jordan, under you in 2 months?
Honestly, I lost track. I want to say it's 35, but I just looked at my tree a minute ago and I saw a few more that I don't know. So I think more closer to 38.
The last time I looked, it was 38, and we're looking at less than 2 months. It took me 5 months to get like 6. You know what I mean? But then I found Jordan. And going back to what Anthony and Coach Willie were saying about being coachable, I didn't put my nose up and go, well, I'm going to teach Jordan and that's it. I've watched Jordan. I've watched what she's done. I've learned from her too. I don't think that I know it all. I think that Jordan knows a lot of things that I don't. And so I've been able to learn from her too. Anyway, I could talk all day, Anthony. You should probably stop me now.
Thank y'all. Those stories right there are just so impactful. I have to have y'all share because there's somebody out there that was on their hands and knees praying, and they probably watched the recording. But it might be somebody on this call who hasn't jump started because they also just need it. And you said something so powerful. It only takes one person. And then next thing you know, if you get one person here, you get one person here, and then you get one person here, all the next thing you know, and then they'll find one person each. And next thing you know, you'll have something that will pay you for generations to come. I promise you. But you also mentioned, the system and how impactful it's been and how it's able to duplicate. Mm-hmm. So, matter of fact, Brittaney and Jordan, how many boxes have y'all sold individually so far? Just like, just the boxes.
I've sold 85, I think.
About what's your price point you sell yours at?
150.
150. And same thing. Well, how many for you, Brittaney?
When I went to Alabama 2 weekends ago, I was at 313. I've had another 10 pack since. I'm gonna say about 330.
About 330 boxes. So I don't, when somebody tells me nobody's buying it, or hey, the system works. You just have to keep working the system, because if you do the math, we all know 10 pack, you get so you can do your own math, because I don't want to make any income claims. This will be on YouTube. So we're not making any medical claims, you guys. We're not making any income claims. Hey, God made our bodies perfectly when he made us. It's just the things we put in our bodies that allow us to not work the way it's intended to. But when you put the right things in, it really runs. We stopped putting the diesel in a regular old pickup, in a regular old car, and now we putting the right type of gas into it to make it run right. But also, they have worked to make that type of money as well. So no income claims, no health claims. But now we're gonna dive into it, because I got my notepad ready to take my notes, because y'all are doing something that's not normal. I'm gonna tell you, be honest, if you do the math on 313 boxes, that's not normal. That's not normal with a normal network mark. Because see, Brittaney got started a long time ago, but the day she actually she signed up a long time ago. The day she got started was 2.5 months ago, is when she drew a line and said, hey, enough is enough. I'm going to go ahead and get started. See, we all have that day when we sign in, and some of us come out the gate and we run with it. And some of us come out the gate and we kind of just, we tip and we ain't get in the water. Like, the only way you learn how to swim is you got to get in. Like, you can't learn how to swim outside the water. So they got in about 2.5 months ago, you guys. And they started doing it. I mean, Brittaney did, and she running this system. And Brittaney, I would love, you and Jordan, if y'all could share how impactful having this system has been for y'all so far.
So I want to just say first that she was a guinea pig. God love her. We really didn't know what we were doing. We just hit gold. But now when you realize that you've hit gold, you don't just walk the other direction. You keep doing it, right? I mean, so what happened with Jordan was I knew she didn't have any money before she went into the Zoom. And so we did Slender Eyes only Zoom. And I asked Ashley to stop. Excuse me, y'all. Cash. My dog is snoring really loud. Sorry. So I asked Ashley to stop because thinking back to when I signed up, I saw all three products, all three lead-in products. I saw that I needed a subscription. I saw that all these different packs I could come in with. And honestly, that money scared me then, right? I mean, there's people that can't afford that and they look at that $371 for the 4-pack and they shut down. They're done. That Zoom's over. And I was scared that would happen with Jordan. So we were in straight through Slender Eyes, and at the 4-pack, we stopped. $29.95, we stopped. And I told her, we're going to train on boards. So I'd started looking into boards before then. I hadn't used it. I mean, it was fairly new, right? I think it was only about a month when Jordan came home. And I trained her on boards, and then she just kicked it into gear. So Jordan, how did it look from your end? Just curious. I mean, that's how I remember it.
Well, I had some experience because I done everything under the sun before I found this company. I done No Skin, Rainbow. I mean, if it's out there, I've done it. So I was familiar with the boards app, but it was super simple and super easy. I mean, I just started posting, and Brittany and Ashley Rowland told me to put my blinders on, go to work, and don't worry about nothing else. And that's what kicked it off for me.
I did
Because I
not
wasn't
teach her the pay plan. I did not teach her that she needed a subscription. None of it. I did not want her to worry about money coming in. I wanted her to just work. Go ahead, Jordan. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So I was just focused on posting, following up, selling my drops, and building my team. And that's what got me here within 9-10 weeks now. And it's been the most incredible thing. I mean, if they wouldn't have told me put your blinders on and go to work, I would not be where I'm at, because I would have been stressing over, well, how much money am I making? Well, how am I going to get to this level? But because they gave me just this much information, just very little information, I was able to go miles with it. So it's definitely the best business plan I've ever had to deal with, because the other ones, that gave you all this information up front and then they threw you to the sharks and they were like, sink or swim.
So actually, you know how we have text script for drops on boards? You guys are familiar with boards, right? So at the Slender Eyes SOG, you have text scripts beside the little bomb. So I told her, and I've heard her tell her people over and over, there's only a few questions here. Answer those with this script. If there is any other question that comes through your inbox, put them in a group with me or call me. These girls and guys, they do nothing on their own in the beginning. You guys were infants, right? When we first come into this, we're infants. Jordan doesn't know if a woman that has had a complete hysterectomy or takes hormones, if she's that safe for the drops when you first sign on in her posting. And she can't be expected to learn all that when she's got 3 children at home, a husband, and a full-time job. But she can learn it from seeing me answer her customers. So then next time when she gets that question, she's able to use it. Does that make sense?
Wow.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
That's
so it's
powerful.
like on the job training. That's what I keep telling them. It's just on the job training. We train as we go. But I do have that leeway because I work 3 days a month. This is what I do full time. So I'm able to dig in to Jordan's team, and to their team if they need it. But what I've seen that has blown me away is that I taught Jordan boards, and Jordan taught 13 people boards. A couple of them are on here, and then they're duplicating. They're teaching their team. We have people showing up on our tree the next day, which, by the way, I think you're at 41 now, Jordan. You should look at your tree. But we have people, showing up where we'll wake up and we're like, I need a picture. I need to make you a flyer. Like, where are these people coming from? Ashley Perry, she's on here. She's, on my other leg, she still goes to all of Jordan's meetings. They love each other. We're all family, but it's the same with her. I have seen it. It's not just a Jordan thing. I saw it with her. I taught her. She came to a Florida meeting. You get to a Super Saturday, you get to those meetings, whatever the cost. And even if you have to Zoom in, get there. And she showed up to Florida. She came home. She signed 3 new brand partners. Now they're teaching people. Like, it's so easy. And I kept hearing Coach Todd say, well, it has to be duplicatable. But if you don't break that down, like, what do you mean it's duplicatable? Right? The fact is what Jordan learned, she has to be able to teach. And Jordan didn't go to school to teach like Brittaney did. Right? I can differentiate between levels. Jordan may not be able to do that. Keep it as simple as possible.
So let me ask this question, Brittany. So when you bring a new person on board and you're talking boards, what is the first step that you're going to take them through as they join and start the process of using boards?
Okay, so yeah, absolutely. So when we move from the Zoom, we do presumptive close. We have automatically, hey, we'll meet you at my Zoom room. So excited to have you on our team. I have pulled up the sign up sheet and I'm signing them in to Partner Co. Okay. And the whole time Jordan's sending them the boards app and the link. As soon as they're signed into Partner Co., because we've already discussed where Jordan wants to place them. So we don't even have to go through all that. It's just on the screen when they get to my Zoom room. Then we get to boards. I pull it up on my computer. You can log into boards on your desktop, laptop. And the first thing we do is talk about posting to Facebook. Right, Jordan? First thing we do, we go through the algorithm. Because I didn't know Facebook had an algorithm. I didn't go to school to do social media. I didn't even post on social media until right at Destin. So what I tell them is that you need 10, and Anthony or Misty told me this, you need 10 comments in the first 15 minutes to get boosted into the algorithm. And 5 of those 10 can be your responses. And then I tell them that they have to be set to public. I send them Anthony's list of, if people can't comment, this is what they do. I say, make sure that you've done all these things. And then we go through the the 9 to 3 posts. We talk about each one. We talk about Kim Gray. Oh, the next thing we did, Coach Willie,
Yeah.
I'm chasing squirrels,
No,
is we have them send us a text script for drops or something to our messages to make sure their keyboard is set up. That's the first thing I should have said. And I will tell you, like, they like to romanticize it and say it takes us 15 minutes to train. Most people it does, but there's some it takes an hour because they can't get their keyboard to work. And you just got to be patient because it's going to make the difference in their lives if you can get their keyboard to work, right? So that's the first thing we do. Then we talk about the Facebook algorithm. I tell them that they need the comments, and I tell them comment back to every single person. The more you engage with your audience, the higher you go in Facebook's algorithm. And if you can, when you comment, ask a question back, right? Because it keeps them responding. It keeps your post alive and moving. And so we teach them that. And then Jordan goes through and teaches them about 9 to 3. This is you, ma'am.
So I go through and I show them how they should be posting twice a day. But also we teach all of our people to do a personal post in between. Whether it's in between 9 and 3 or it's at night before, things start settling down. We just tell them post something personal. You're out with your kids or, you're doing something that you usually wouldn't do because of the drops, or tell your own personal story. If you get personal with people, they connect to you. And that's what we tell all of our girls. And they've done it. They've duplicated that and they're blowing up because people trust them because they're being vulnerable. So,
yeah, so I think she hit a good one. I was going to look at your Facebook page, Jordan, and just see if I could find 1 or 2 of yours. But she's right. She does not, it doesn't look like somebody took over her profile. Like, her profile hasn't been hijacked. Like, she doesn't vomit skinny drop pictures on there. It's Jordan and her family, and it refers back to skinny drops. Like, I think she signed 4 or 5 mamas of small children after 1 post, and she knows which post that is.
It's the night that I took all 3 of my kids to the fair. It was a weeknight. It was after work, after school, and normally I wouldn't be able to do that because I would be so zonked. But with my skinny drops, I had the energy to take them all. And we took a picture at the fair and I posted that on Facebook. And I told them, you know, without these drops, I would have never been able to bring my kids to the fair. And people related to that. I mean, it's something so simple, but the mamas were like, dang, you know, I want that.
And we do when we have meetings now, we pay for a room. It's a cheap room, but we pay for a room that we know is going to have a clean floor that the mamas can come and bring their kids and set them on the floor, play with the other kids. You know, you're going to draw in your audience if you let them. You can't have a young mamas group and them not be able to bring, or even young fathers, any kind of parents, and not let them be able to bring their kids. So, and then after we teach them to post, is that your next question, Coach Willie? Because I was thinking it probably would be. What goes next?
So, well, first of all, I want to say I did the math on 330 boxes. I ain't gonna say it because it's recorded, but yeah. I had to type it in the calculator. I had to type it twice because I thought I made an error when I saw too many zeros. But yeah. I was like, whoa, okay. Yeah, okay.
And what you're saying that I just want y'all to know is they use this system that they are talking about right here to get those. Brittaney didn't have any success really before she started using the system. She plugged into the IPA calls. Again, hey, it's your choice. Whether you tell me I'm working, I got this going on. I know Coach Willie, he's busy in the morning times. Melissa, I seen her on, and she's been at her grandson's school before, or sitting in the parking lot about to go in. So Brittaney is a mom. She's probably doing all kinds of things. I've seen people. I mean, Jordan is a mom and doing things, and probably having the kids running around doing all kinds, and they still jump on. So the thing is, you can either make excuses, or you can make it happen. You can't make it. Both of them cannot coexist. Point blank, period. Both of them cannot coexist. So either you're going to make time to get on, and I don't care if you got your camera off and you're just listening, because I promise you, I learn every single day that I'm on there. And everybody that's on here that been on that call, that's jumping on that call. Matter of fact, Melissa and Andrew on here, and I know Brittany's on here, and I know Jerry and Allison on here, and Coach Willie. And I watched all four of them. And that I'm not leaving anybody out, but I watched those four because those are the ones I can see on my screen. But I watched all four of their businesses grow because of that IPA call. Mm-hmm. Because they plug in, not because of the IPA call, it's because it's the IPA call and they plug into it. Not saying they always got their camera on. I seen Jerry and Allison driving down the road. I seen Jordan not have her camera on. I seen Brittaney being busy. I seen Melissa and Andrew sitting in the parking lot. I seen Coach Willie working one of his part-time little gigs he's doing. So I seen all these people doing things busy, just had their earplugs in, just listening. But I watched all their businesses grow over the last 5-6 months Coach Willie 5-6 months, Jerry and Allison 5-6 months. Jordan's brand new and doing things that is not normal for a network marketer. She says she sold 70-some boxes. I just want you to do the math on 76 boxes on almost $60-something, $70 profit per box. I just want you to do the math on that. She got 35 new people in her organization. So you're looking at some more numbers there. You watch Brittaney in 2.5 months sold 300 boxes of drops. She do the math. If you just do $60 times 330, you could do your own math. I don't have to do it for you. You could do your own because she start plugging in. So the importance of that IPA call. But Brittaney, back to you and Jordan, because the next thing I want y'all to talk about is, okay, so I know that y'all bring him in with the board. So what is it that y'all, is it something that y'all keep on reteaching? Is it like something like with the boards? Like, is it something that like you'll continue to practice with them on a daily basis till they get it right? Or because I know sometimes 15 minutes or that first hour may not be, trust me, we all have people that learn at different states. Like some people learn real fast and you teach them and you never had to teach them again. Like Jordan was a real fast learner and you barely even have to teach her anything. But So what is it? Is it something that y'all continue to teach on? Or how does that process work?
So, Jordan, you might have to help with this one, but I will say they mostly get the posting part because we do walk through our first post together. They post while we are in the Zoom. So if it's late in the day, because Jordan works full time, so most of our posts are later in the day. We have them pick a favorite picture of themselves and say, I'm starting a new journey tomorrow. Like and comment if you want to follow along. And then we have them post it. And then it serves two purposes, right? They're learning how to post and share to the boost groups. Because at this point, while Jordan's teaching, I'm adding them to the boost groups, right? The Synergy boost group and the part we have a team boost group too, and then the partner co boost group. So then we teach them to share to that. So they're learning how to do it. So, they're not just hearing us, they're learning it. And we say share. I mean, we walk them through it completely. And then everybody runs and comments. But if they can't comment, so there's the second part of it. If something's going on with their Facebook page, I'm like, Anthony, help me. So it gives us the chance before they start really diving into the day 1, 9 a.m. to kind of figure out what's going on, right? And so then they also can start saying, I always say, if somebody comments on your post, whether it's your welcome poster, whether it's, in Level Up Life, Partner Co Nation, whatever, or whether it is your, hey, I'm starting something new because you've shared it to the Partner Co community. If it has, if they comment, you go friend them. And then, of course, we go through, you have to boost everybody else. So they pick up that part pretty fast, I will say. If not, we just kind of help them through. I've got one lady that, bless her heart, she's come by my house 3 times now. And I just, she doesn't live far from me. I just help her write her first post and now she's got it. They see you doing it a few times, they pick it up. I've got another lady, we've not been able to sit down together. I just send her the post because look, it's only 7 days of boosting, right? From there, they know how to copy and paste. And I just send her the post to copy and paste. So you just kind of have to differentiate depending on how much time they have, if they can make it work in person. If they can't, then, or some people are going to pick it up and duplicate it. It just kind of depends. And then we have another one that she knows how to use boards herself, but she gets really frustrated trying to teach it to her team. And she will call 782 times a day. So we just kind of reach right on around her to her new brand partners and help them because she knows what she's doing herself. She didn't go to school to teach. She just doesn't know how to teach them. So we do not continue to teach. They pick it up pretty quick. We do have a group chat among the team on Telegram where people can ask questions so that everybody can see everybody's questions, unless it's sensitive, and they can message us personally. But we do have, so they've not seen pay plan. They've not seen an auto ship or any of that. So you do have to come in behind and support that, right? They can't just keep going on blind. There's at some point they're going to hit ultimate gold and we're going to have to teach them pay plan. So on Tuesday nights, typically we teach pay plan and we go through their whys. We pull their whys out of them. Why are you here? And that's when we kind of dig into, you're going to be here forever. Kayla, I see Kayla on here. I told her, I said, you go frame that why. And if you decide to quit on me, I'm coming to your house and I'm going to throw it in the garbage in front of you. So we spend, that's Tuesday nights, pay plans and why. And then we work in back office just as needed. So does that answer your question?
That does. I just wanted to see how you can get that, because Coach Willie tell him this all the time, but Melissa have heard me say this several times. It's not what works, it's what duplicates. See, what works is I can do a presentation for everybody on here, and it will absolutely, I can help you get somebody going. It's not that, but it's not what works. If I got to do all the presentations, that's not duplication. So we got to figure out a way to make it where it's duplicated for everybody in their teams. Like everybody has a team, and you want to be able to start doing the presentation. See, one thing I love about Brittaney is once we started teaching her, she started presenting it. Once I started teaching Melissa, she started doing things also. Coach Willie, same thing. Miss Francisca, same way. I showed her how to get all this stuff set up. And guess what? If a brand new person join Miss Francisca's team, they never have to call me about how to set up a subscription or how to download boards, because she's already taught them how to do that kind of stuff. So it's like, once you got things and everybody has different skill sets. Let me also tell you that. Now, I guess one of the reasons why I can say I'm pretty good at presenting is because I've been doing it for 12 years and I've learned, but I'm also an observer too. I also pay attention to everything. So I will get on there and I will pay attention. And if something is working, then watch how to change it. So that's what that's really what tonight's call was about. Cinderized system of growth works. Period. It works. 330 boxes and 80 boxes for Jordan. Close to 80 boxes for Jordan. So it works. And Jordan is brand new. And Brittaney just started 2.5 months, really growing her, like she had no growth in her business. So she went from 0 growth. So pretty much she just started 2.5 months ago. So she has a team now, probably, I would say probably probably close to 150, probably, if not more.
Not quite that close, but getting there.
So over 100.
Close to 100. I hadn't looked that close yet, Anthony.
Oh, okay. So close to 100, close to 35, in pretty much in both of them 2 months and 2.5 months. Because of what? The system. So I just want y'all to know, and y'all could all Jordan, Coach Brittaney, y'all could tie into this. I just want y'all to understand. I want everybody to understand this. Don't try to change it up. Please don't try to change it up, because it's working. Coach Willie is a coach. He's a former coach. He just recently retired. But he'll tell you, if a play worked, they ran that play probably another 80% of the game if it worked. If they can't stop it, they're going to run the same play. I played sports. We ran the same play. It doesn't matter what, if something's working, you run it until they stop it. And then when they stop it, you change it up just a little bit. But in this case, everything is working.
Yeah.
The system has already proven itself, y'all. So my question my advice to everybody is, do not change it up. So Coach Willie, Brittaney, Jordan, if anything, y'all want to tie in there.
Speaking of that, Anthony, as a coach, guys, I once ran the same play 32 times in a row. Kid you not. It was working.
32 times. So my question for
Travis was in that game. One of the guys that's in this guy, one of the guys that's on this call was in that game. Travis was in that game. We were playing down at in Mississippi. We were playing Belhaven University, and I ran the same play 32 times in a row. It was working.
Let me add this to it. Let me add this to everybody. So, coach who got paid, his profession at that time was to call plays, win football games. He ran the same play 32 times in one game. They could not stop it. So my question for everybody on here who maybe hasn't started to have success, question if this is for them. Have you ran that same play 32 times? Have you went 32 days of posting at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.? Have you went 32 days and posting in between your posts, your personal posts like Jordan just talked about? Have you sent the script out 32 times to 32 different people who have reached out to you 30 days in a row? Have you done those type of things? And then you want to ask yourself, see, because listen, we have learned that you may not have enough time. That's fine. There is a way for you to schedule your post. Meaning you could sit down tonight, you could take another 30 minutes or however long it takes you to schedule out your week post for 9 a.m., 3 p.m. So there's no excuse of having time, period. Like now you're just making excuses, and excuses are monuments of nothingness. And I'm going to tell you this, if you keep making excuses, you're not going to have any success. Brittaney told you she made excuses of why this business did not work. Now, 2.5 months later, she sold 330 boxes. I'm going to keep saying that because I want you to do your own numbers. I want you to put in your calculator and ask, will that amount of money change your family's life up before the end of the year? If not, then keep doing what you're doing because you don't want this business. Y'all know I like to keep it real. I'm not the one to sugarcoat this because you're not on the call at 7 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock now, Central Time. You've been on for an hour listening to these amazing ladies and Coach Willie because you just kind of want this. You stayed on all the way through because you want this. You want different. So 330 the boxes times 60, you do the math. It might be more than that, but I'm not finna get specific on the numbers, but just do the math and ask yourself. I want you to get off of this call and I want you to think about that as you go to sleep. Will that type of money change my family's life up to end 2023?
Hey, Anthony,
Yes.
I want to add something real quick. So I'm nobody special. Like there's nothing special about me. I am just a person who got in and I listened to my coaches and they laid the path out for me and I just decided to walk it. And I just want to say that because I have tried so many companies in the past. I mean, I've done so much. I was scammed out of $4,000 at one point. Like I have tried everything out there to make money. And this was the only thing that was successful for me because they did lay the path out for me. All I had to do was follow it. And that's why I am where I am today. And everybody else can do the same thing. That's what's so great about it.
Run the play. Awesome.
Just run the play. The play works, everybody. The play works. You get started. So y'all tell me if this is not what y'all doing. Y'all doing the Zoom first. They're doing it together. So never try to do this business by yourself. That's number one. Never try to do this business by yourself. Find somebody to partner up with. I don't care if they're brand new. If y'all have excitement, trust me, people will join you. Jordan is brand new and 35. I've been doing this 12 years. I didn't have 35 people join me in 2 months. I didn't have 35 people in my organization when I got started in 2 months, period. I didn't. And I'm going to be real and upfront with you. I didn't. And I've been blessed. I've been blessed in this industry. But I did not have 35 people. But, so that's tip number one. Find somebody to do it with. Then you're going to jump over. You're going to just do the basics with them. You're going to let's do it. Let's do it together. We're going to download boards. We're going to make your first post. We're gonna make sure you know how to send the scripts. Is that correct? Is that what y'all doing? Okay, you know how to send the scripts, okay. And you're getting them added to the groups that they need to be added to, whether it's a team chat, it's a boosting group, whatever, everything. You're getting them welcome because I love your flyers and everything you're doing, Brittaney. You're awesome, my friend. So you're doing all these amazing things. Wow, y'all laid it out today. Y'all laid it out. Coach, anything you want to add? Brittaney, anything you want to add before we jump off of here?
If you haven't been on the IPA call 32 times in a row, are you really running the play? Look, I'm telling you.
I challenge everybody. And this is why I challenge everybody. I challenge you to get on the IPA call for 32 days straight.
Because there may be 3 days in a row you don't learn anything, but you may learn the one thing. There may be 10 days in a row you don't learn anything. But on that 11th day, you get that one thing that goes click and your entire business changes. 32 days in a row, guys.
32 days in a row. I challenge you. Matter of fact, if you go 32 days in a row, and if you go 32 days in a row and your business don't boost any, I give you $100.
Man, we might have to.
I'll give you $100.
Use that 32 hashtag.
I want to see. I want to see 32 days in a row because I know what can happen in 21 days because it becomes a habit then. So, but I want to see you go 32 days in a row and tell me it don't work. That this business don't work because all them women and coach and I see Francisca and Darius on here, and I seen Jerry and Allison. I just seen Britton, Terry, and they're very busy as well. But I see all these amazing people that jump on. Mr. Murray jumps on, but there's an amazing amount of people that jump on, and it's just something about that call that changes your life. And that call, everybody, is at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, depending on whatever time zone you're on. It's on Ty Rollins Zoom link, Ty Nasty Rollins. So you jump on that call, and it's only about 30 minutes. And I'm not saying you gotta have your camera on. You can be like me, Brittany, and Melissa. Melissa always has her camera on. I see Jordan driving down the road. She had her camera on before. Oh, well, Darius and Francisca being the 18-wheeler with their camera on. So it's like you can have your camera on. You don't have to, but I encourage you just to get on there to listen. Just listen every single day and watch how it changes your business up. Because all the things that Brittany knows now is because she was on that call.
Mhm.
Well, then also she got to an event that was close to her. So I encourage you also to get to an event that's close to you. Get to events that's close to you. There's several Super Saturdays coming up. We got our annual regional Destiny event coming up. I encourage you also to set your reminders for the second or third week of February. As soon as Todd and we lock in this spot, and Brent and Andrea, as soon as we all lock in this spot and lock it in, it will change your life getting to the events, you guys. So events.
And so we have Super Saturday, January the 13th in Jackson, and we've already got people coming in, RSVPing, and we've got a stellar lineup. It's going to be another Panama City Beach. Get there. That excitement.
Get there. I think that same day is going to be one down in Louisiana. So if you can't get to Jackson, you can get right on over there to Monroe, Louisiana, and probably 3-4 hours. So get to one of them that's close to you, and it will change your life. It will change your life, your family's life, your business, and your team's life. So just get there. And I encourage you. But I guess that's really it.
I have one more thing, Anthony.
Go ahead.
Darius and Francisca, I just want to say that we watch you now because I don't know what you're doing out there on that road, but I need y'all to come teach. Jeremy travels on the road. He wants to learn all that magic y'all got going on. We've been watching y'all like, what's he saying to all these people? What's she saying to all these people? So we're all watching everybody.
Awesome.
And I think let me see. I think she can. Yeah. Oh, there they go. I think they come.
Well, we watching you.
We watching you, Brittaney. We counting there. Brittaney.
But one thing I can say about Darius and Francis is they don't mind asking the question. So they don't mind asking the question to figure out what. Miss Francisca texted me and said, how would you respond to this? And it's okay to ask those type of questions, everybody. Like, don't be afraid to ask the question now. And just once you get you get that question answered, and you can that's what better together really means, everybody. Better together. Like, you don't have to do this business by yourself. Don't be afraid to ask the question. But Coach Willie, anything you want to end off with?
Yeah, so I guess I'll end it. Guys, we didn't bring first of all, thank you, Brittany and Jordan, for coming on. Awesome. Congratulations, felt it to the heart. And we did not bring them on for us to look and compare. We bring them on to motivate and to also say that this is possible for me. And everybody's journey is not the same. Yeah. Everybody's journey won't be the same steps. It won't be similar, but it may rhyme. And that rhythm is that it will have success, that you will be proud of what you were able to do. So I thank Brittany and Jordan for it. And guys, 32. They don't took that number now. It's still at it, 32. And that's a good number. That's two good numbers too. I go on and on with that. But thank you guys for joining. We went over a little bit tonight, but we thank you guys for joining. We'll be right back here next Sunday, really honing in on what we can do to get better, and starting the week off with a bang. Take action. That's what I tell my wrestlers in the first period of each wrestling match. Take action, and take violent action. What are you going to do tomorrow? Are you going to take action this week? Are you going to take violent action? Not physical violence, just meaning it's going to move the needle for that Friday check. All righty. You guys have a great night. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.